All right, now let's take some questions here before I log off. Dionysus, you were asking about why hasn't WotC done the hand size thing? Well, change can take some time. We're 25 years into the game when we finally have a mulligan system that actually makes some sense to me. You know, I mean, sometimes it's just thinking of the idea, sometimes it's deciding it's the right idea, sometimes it's deciding to test it, etc. No problem on the caps. We did it. We got 5. We went 5-1. So it has to rise up to them deciding it's worth it to work on in that way. I know they did not want to just kill maximum hand size entirely because of the control versus control problem. You don't want to set up a game where it's pretty commonplace for each player to have, you know, 13 to 15 cards in their hand as they're trying to do a control mirror. That's just too much cognitive load for players, so I think you got to design against that. But maybe they will, Dionysus, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know when I'll get Marshall on the stream. We actually haven't seen that much of each other lately. I got the last second call to be on LR last week, but we haven't been coordinating very well offline here. We'll try and get that going. My favorite M20 design and flavor? I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at rares and mythics from M20. Maybe something will leap out at me. Maybe Rotting Regisar. I love cards like this. This tickles my Johnny. Getting that downside to be a benefit. That just leap, you know, favorite schmavorite. Rotting Regisar leaps out at me as a cool design that's fun to work around. I end up really liking the Chandra cycle. I think having these different Chandras doing different things is pretty interesting and cool. From a limited standpoint, hard not to love the Reef when it's on your side. Yeah, Pup's a good flavor. Pup's a great flavor win. I like that pick for flavor win of the set. I don't know about that Zazzy. I'd have to think about the Hooglin suggestion, but it starts to get complex. I mean, one of the things I did not like about the Paris mulligan was that it incorporated scrying. It just is harder to explain to new players. Like, explaining the Paris mulligan to a new player is hard. Explaining the London mulligan is pretty easy. So I'm down. I really want elegance. I'm not just looking for the optimal mechanical solution for the experienced player. I'm looking for elegance for the new player when thinking about these things too. And grabbing and reveal lands. Now you start to fix Mana Screw and you start to actually break the game. So be very careful about fixing Mana Screw. Well, when I mentioned Scry for the white pie, I just was kind of mentioning that Scry is now available to everybody, so why not have white use it more? Any other ideas about the white pie? I don't know if they would make it an evergreen mechanic, but what about a mechanic that said it would be I guess it would be an ability word. It wouldn't be a keyword, because I would say like team builder or team building or something, which was when this creature ETBs, if you control another creature, blah. Or you could make something like raid. Raid is a very non-white flavored word. I know that white warriors in Khans of Tarkir had a lot of raid, so it's not like it can't be applied to white aggression. But as a generic abstract kind of keyword, I think raid does not connote what you want for the color white in a generic way. But basically, if white always had an evergreen raid mechanic. I would like that as well. Like imagine 2/2 for 2 grizzly bear with raid ETB draw a card. You know, if they attack this turn, you get a card out of it. Something like that. Yeah, timely horde mate. So getting back into really rewarding white for both having other creatures and for attacking with them seems like good design space to give for white. It's not that, you know, it's just a matter of balance set to set. I think the tools are there inherently in Magic to give white what it takes to compete. The question is, are you supporting its aggro-leaning nature, its control-leaning nature, or something in the middle, you know, anyway. Also, I know I'm kind of covering all these cards. Hopefully that's not a big deal. I'll go back to profile, though. Get out of the way. No problem, Robert. Keep asking. So you say, I mean, look, I put up with Dionysus. You know I'm not going to, like, snap ban you or something. So what do you think about max hand size only applying after you get to 4 lands? It has the elegance problem. I mean, it may solve the problem mechanically, but that's not something I want to explain to new players. I would rather just come up with something that does the trick in the most elegant way possible in terms of explaining. Because again, you know, it's easy for us to decide how to fix this game for expert players, but whenever you, quote, fix the game, you have got to keep the new player in mind and really continue to take approaches in your thinking that support a new player getting over the hurdle. Because if you can get new players over the hurdle into your game and it sticks, then you're golden. Mike is saying a variant of raid where if you attack with this creatures you play this turn get a +1/+1 counter. Sure, that's just like a non-flexible raid. You could have raid for a specific thing be your new mechanic. That works. I would just like to see white get more powerful supporting cards based on its flavorful themes of building large communities and attacking a lot with small stuff, you know? So I think you have that and just building good mana sinks, and white can be fine, you know? All right, we're already at 1 o'clock, went over an hour today, but for good reason. We had a sweet draft and had to get those last wins. Got the 5th win. Now we're gonna look for someone to receive us in a raid. Who is on? Cuneo is on. We can say hi to Cuneo again, but we said hi to him yesterday. How about Lord Tupperware today? Thinking Lord Tupperware is a good raid target. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Say hi to Lord Tupperware, and please do come on back tomorrow and join me for some more drafting action. Have a great day. See you later.